So, just doing a quick run to show what Hunt is about. It's hard to describe without showing. I have to say, the menu music is some of the best music I've heard in a game. Very atmospheric, um, and many different versions of similar themes of the tunes. Really well done. So you have somewhat persistent characters in the game. You basically create a character or you buy a character and you use them until they die. At least until level 11, your characters won't die, but that's basically how it works. And as you play with them, you level them up and they get better, more loot, better loot, that kind of stuff. And as you can hear, we have some nice holiday-themed versions of some of the game's main tunes. So this means one of the two bounties is in this half of the map, and the other bounty is in the other half of the map. So I'm going towards these clues. 3 clues tells you where the bounty layer is. Something to note, when you're playing solo, it's usually a little slower pace because you're quite often up against other squads. Fuck. So when you catch on fire, it burns away your health semi-permanently. After time, it eventually comes back. I don't know if that's because I'm on beginner mode, but... Okay, so the clue's over here. So I'm going to want to avoid this big guy. These are called meatheads, and they have a shit ton of health. And right now I'm a fairly low-level character. I don't have a lot of great traits, and my weaponry isn't real strong. So basically I would make a whole lot of noise with very little gain to fight him. So they do have a random chance to drop a trait that you can use, as well as they give good XP at the end of the match if you are able to extract, or you get half the XP if you die. Smash this for event XP. So these meatheads, they drop leeches that are basically their eyes and ears. They will, if you aggro the leeches, you'll aggro the meathead. So you want to try to avoid running into those. So here is the clue, and these are what you use, and you find them on the map to discover where the bounty is. Jesus. Didn't even see him. That was an armored grunt. Basically, they're they hit fairly hard, but they also have a lot of armor, which makes them a little harder to kill. So I've heard footsteps of another player here to my right, so I'm just taking a peek and see if I can see them. They were likely in this compound that I was heading towards, grabbing a clue. I don't end up hearing anymore, so I move on. So I'm fast forwarding a bit to when I get my third clue and discover the location of the bounty I'm tracking, which happens to be the assassin, as you can see in the top left. Okay, so that's obviously where a fight's coming from to my left. That way. I'll add, that's where the bounty actually is, so it sounds like there are players there already working on taking out the bounty. How the fuck do I get out of here? That kind of tornado thing in the sky when you're in dark vision, that just shows where the bounty is being extracted currently. So that means they've killed the bounty and they're banishing it. So once the banishing is complete, as the percent goes up, then it drops a couple of bounty tokens, which you then try to extract off the map. So if you're able to extract the bounty off successfully, it's good XP and good in-game currency. You get extra points for killing. So I'm approaching where the bounty was taken out. One thing I should add, once the bounty is banished fully, it drops those tokens, and once a player picks up the token, they have up to 5 seconds worth of special dark vision, which allows them to see enemy players that are nearby. They show up as like an orange shimmery outline. So I'm at risk here where they've picked up the bounties. They can actually scan around and see me. So I've actually heard them stomping around for a little bit, so they've obviously scanned and seen where I am because I take some shots here. So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to run out of the dark vision eventually, so I'm going to back off here and hopefully draw the fight to me. So as usual, I'm firing blind and don't hit shit. But anyways, that's a quick round of hunt.